Planned Brotherhood is not affiliated or associated with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a registered trademark of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, Incorporated.
I know, right, guys? 100 episodes, we did it. To celebrate the occasion, we brought in fan favorite Uncle Tracy, as well as fan favorite, Sam, to help moderate the chat room. Quick thanks to all that did show up to the live chat. It was a lot of fun, and we hope you enjoy listening to this. And here's to another 100, Enjoy. All right, we're gonna skip right to the Kingdom Hall music. Pull out your Bibles, everybody. Tell me this doesn't sound familiar to you, PJ.
This is Jehovah's Witness music.
This is the part at every assembly or district convention where
It's like 8:45 music begins.
yeah, like whenever there's a lunch break that's about to end, you know that you're about to be bummed out and tired for another 4 hours because this music starts and everybody has to gather and find their seats again.
You're eating your apple danishes, just dreading the music starting.
What I call nap time.
And you know what was funny about those district conventions is initially everything was free. Like, it was great. You didn't have to pack a lunch. When it came to lunchtime, you could just hang out and get your Danish, like PJ said, or they had like pre-made sandwiches, and then all of a sudden they couldn't afford that anymore. You know why? Because the religion is dwindling as a whole.
They can't afford a Danish and a pre-made sandwich? Well, not for everybody. Oh. Well, how many people are we talking?
There were several thousand people that showed up to those ones at the Tacoma Dome.
I'd say top numbers, Tacoma Dome, when we were teenagers, 17,000, I want to say, crammed into that place.
Maybe.
Jehovah's Witnesses. Can you imagine? Is there a lamer party?
That's why it was nap time.
I remember the last one I went to was in Othello, and it was during my last grasp of trying to be a witness.
Othello? A lot of black people there?
Betrayal. Never mind.
Betrayal.
And I stayed up all night, and we drove out there. It was like fucking 3-hour drive. And I just slept through like the first 3 hours of it, and I woke up and I was so fucking miserable. I was like, we gotta go. And we just drove like 3 hours all the way back. It was fucking terrible. It's the last thing I don't think I went into Kingdom Hall after that.
Hey, guys.
PJ looks kind of yellow with that ponytail.
Why can't I think of one Aiello line to quote right now?
A reference would be great right now.
Guy says my mustache.
Hey, guys, I try to do the right thing.
I'm going to call out the chat room immediately.
Good one, Nick.
Brian K. makes a Danny Aiello reference to your ponytail that within the last 3 weeks you decided was a good idea. But mainly you said the lame people, the non-Brian K's of the world, will come up and say Steven Seagal.
Every
The fact that he pulls Danny Aiello out of the box, I love our listeners.
Yeah.
What?
I don't mean to call anybody bitch, but...
Yeah,
He said I look like a baleen whale.
Was he talking about you?
Yeah, the mustache.
Sam, your job was to be a moderator.
I
That
am
means
moderating.
You monitor the chat without insulting our listeners.
all is
No
played out.
All right. Well, is the feedback fixed then?
Hey, PJ,
Yeah.
am I on mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you on drugs, weirdo?
Okay, then I'm going to put it down.
PJ's ponytail is getting in the way of my mustache.
There's Ed, the theme song.
Who's Ed Majaya?
84.
Not how you say it. It's Ed Magina.
Ed Majina.
88 for what's that?
Ed is the guy who he wrote our theme song. And I wrote this great joke for him for stand-up, and I still don't think he thinks it's funny, but it's great.
Let's hear it.
Backstory is he's a Filipino guy. And it go...
Instant hilarity.
So he introduces himself. He says something like, oh, a lot of people think I'm Mexican, but I'm Filipino. You know what you get when you cross a faggot and a rhino?
That's an opening joke if I've ever heard one. You will win the crowd over immediately.
That's what I think.
And doesn't Ed, let's make it all about him. Doesn't he also dabble in magic?
Yeah.
You dabble in
How good is he? I've seen him on YouTube and he looked good, but
yeah, he's got YouTube. Ed is that...
I don't trust a magician until I see him up close and personal.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty impressive. And a bar is the best place to see it. He did a kid's show.
A kid's show?
Ed, is that on YouTube?
At a
yet?
bar?
No. He
Did
did.
Sam do
He
street
went to
magic?
a fucking elementary school. Another great joke I made. I said, "Did you make the kids' pants disappear?"
It wasn't a Catholic school.
I'd say write these down, but apparently you have them logged in memory already.
I remember every good one. Every good one. Oh, the kid shows it. He's doing some girl's birthday party.
Oh, all right.
But no, what I asked Ed is that other video up on YouTube?
We're already devoting too much time to the chat room. We appreciate everybody being here. PJ, we're not going to make the same mistakes we did in
sorry.
episode 88.
Welcome
Happy
to
to
Planned
see it.
Brotherhood. We're here live with PJ Allers, Nicholas Allers, and Trace Allers.
And Creep
You got that
Birchman.
right. Very good.
And
yes,
Baleen
I am
Birchman,
related.
please.
I will admit it.
He's
So-
related.
Let's set the table now that Sam's already started that weird process. Sam is here, who people know from several episodes. I'd pull a number, but I don't care to do the math.
Say 84.
I think 85.
85.
Yeah. Fetch was the last episode you were on. Anyway, Sam's here. He's moderating. He'll be in charge of keeping the chat room in line.
Moderation.
Yeah. And Uncle
This is
Tracy is
me.
here. Return favorite. I can name
There's
all of
Uncle
your
Tracy.
episode numbers. I would love to bore the
Let's hear
listener.
him.
I don't think I
Episode
could.
40.
That's the first.
No.
20.
Two-parter.
Episode 30, episode 31, episode 40 with Aunt Lori, episode 80, 81, and now episode 100. Probably the most important show we've done to this point.
Of course, because
A milestone.
I'm here.
I let my hair down. Waiting for my intro.
No more ponytail. I'm depressed. I want to
No,
go home.
it's going right back in, buddy.
I like that you maintain the ponytail all day. Like the second you showed up this morning,
I've
I was making
maintained this
fun of you.
ponytail for weeks.
Yeah,
now.
but then the second you get on live cam, you take out the rubber band. You're like, no, guys, this isn't me.
No, I was doing it for a joke. I was
You
gonna...
don't want to use a rubber band. It's bad for the hair. You want well, he's got the pony. Okay, that works.
Good thing you have
How-
those earbuds.
What I want to know is how long does it take it to grow long, and how long? Are
Yeah,
you
how long
going-
has that been growing, buddy?
I've been growing it. Let's see. I shaved my head in about October 2008, and I haven't done anything since then.
So it's a slow growth.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
been like a year and a half, and I was going until 2011, but now I am loving the ponytail, and
See,
I can't see myself cutting it the next few years.
it would take me probably about a year to get it down to the middle of my back. It
You-
grows really fast.
You know who grows hair crazy fast is your son Tim. I remember as kids, I would always be jealous of his long hair. He had much straighter hair than me. It was orange.
But did he sport it long as a kid?
Yeah, he would.
He
have,
wasn't in the religion, so he was allowed
Yeah.
to like let
Right.
that shit fly.
He would do a lot of the like shave the sides completely off and grow the top
That 90s
completely
look.
long
And
down.
then pull it back into a ponytail.
Yeah.
Have
And
the
he could do it
exposed-
so fast because, like, every now and then we would shave our heads together, and then but he would grow
that
up
was a
back.
fun thing as
You don't
kids,
wanna
shaving
know
your
what
head.
else they did.
And it's like he had no awkward phase at
Gaze
all.
into
Like
each
it
other's
just
eyes.
Tim's got good hair except for the color.
Wait. Quick replay. Tim has no awkwardness within him whatsoever. Is that what you said?
No, I don't.
That's what you said in front of his dad?
No. I said
His dad spawned that monster.
I said his hair didn't.
Half
His hair didn't go through an awkward stage the way mine does.
Right.
The way
right,
you and
right,
I were
right.
talking about.
I agree. How long do
Undercut.
you want yours to grow?
Well, I mean, I was going to go 2011, but now I just like to keep
No, I
going.
mean how long? Like middle of your back?
You know, I would probably take it to, I don't know, just to whenever it got too long, I would cut it down a little bit.
I thought we were in Queen Anne. What are the locks
Yeah.
doing?
You wouldn't know by looking at this, but mine used to be like
Nobody
really
got
long down the middle. And it
Oh,
was,
yeah.
and it was all from front to back. Every hair was the same length down, and
Yeah, that's another thing I need.
I
I need
miss
for my
it, but
bangs
I
to be
don't.
longer. Tuck it behind my ears.
Now, if you're going to take long hair advice from anybody, it would be Tracy.
Yeah.
Tracy was our Jesus as kids, appearance-wise only.
Everybody can see his
Hey,
hair.
I tried to bless you and baptize you a couple times, but your mom stopped me.
I remember the first time I saw you with short hair, you were doing an old man for Halloween.
Yep.
And
Right.
then when you became,
Yeah.
it was like your perfect picture of an old man because now you are one and your hair is
Yeah.
short all the time.
How do you say that? Fuck you in French.
I will say the Halloween costume had a little more gray than your Spartans. You're not gray at all.
Not yet. Not
I would
yet.
say you're aging graciously, Tracy.
Well, I appreciate
And
that.
trust me, that was a tongue twister. You're lucky I got through that.
I'm just waiting to see what else you break in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I had some issues. When we do a live show, there's much more cords, I feel like. There's much more to deal with and handle.
There's many more
I get much more
laptops.
nervous before the show starts. So much so that, and I will put on record, I only had, you guys saw me, 3.5 beers maybe before we started.
Yeah.
And in that time,
For half a bowl tobacco.
tobacco, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got tangled up in the cords at some point and emotions. Oh. And then, yeah, PJ, you were in the bathroom, but I split. We're recording at a friend's house, and I split her pipe right in half.
But you did buy it for her.
I did buy it for her. It's the only reason she owns it. She's not a pot smoker.
You buy another one, you're fine.
She has ambition. She's not a pot
A
smoker.
better
Yeah,
one.
just
Jeez.
don't let anybody on the planet know that it happened, and she'll never find out.
We helped her move in here. I figure we have the right to break anything we want.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
heck yeah.
It is very sweet of our friend Kelly, friend of the show, Kelly, to open up her house to us while she's not here.
Who's out shopping with PJ's wife, spending all his money?
Yeah, how's that going, I wonder?
It literally is my money, but I don't
they gonna
care.
bring
You talk
anything?
as if Alvina doesn't have a job.
Some capri
She
pants?
works.
No, she does, but I got like this $5,000 student loan that we still have most of. So technically, it's my money, but it's fine. I don't care how she spends money. I really don't.
They
Gonna
do have
spend it
a,
on a variety pack of scrunchies.
I did ask her to buy me some multicolored. She doesn't like me using her chongos, so
The great thing about having a daughter as opposed to a
They were
son.
called barrettes.
yeah, you can share the hair. The
That's
same
right,
Hair
yeah.
products, yeah.
Pantene Proby. Ben and Harley say it as a weathered look. I assume they're referring to your
I
hair.
don't know what weathered means.
Old like
That's my
me.
issue. Really? I
Let's
like
start
it.
with a spelling.
Salty.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing is, I look forward to having gray hair
Ignore
and a ponytail. Gray hair and a ponytail. It's gonna look great.
no.
Sounds
Tell you
like
the gray
album.
whale.
Any grace that anybody can contain while having gray hair is instantly nixed when you associate it with a ponytail.
That's not true.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
then you look like
Who
an
do you
old hippie
respect
then.
that has a ponytail?
You know who I want to look exactly like the guy in Good Will Hunting who said, "You'll
Matt
be
Damon.
serving my kid French fries on our way to a ski trip."
You think of him as the guy from Good Will Hunting. I consider him the guy from Jay and Silent Bob
But
Strike
more
Back.
like that, because by that time he was super gray, so it looked good. Or like Cyril O'Reilly from Oz. Anybody watch Oz?
Nope,
Not
everybody
yet.
just logged out of the chat room. Thanks for that one,
Sam, you
PJ.
gotta watch
We,
Oz.
we
Lots
might
of-
as well talk about Lost.
It's about a prison.
Let's talk about Lost.
What?
for
Nah,
fuck's sake.
come on. I want to talk
For
about
our
Oz.
100th, I thought we could just do a big hour and a half
Does
analysis.
Lost have frontal male nudity and rape?
Oh, wait, first Sam walked out, then he walked right back.
It's that two keywords, rape and me.
You got Stabler from SVU pissing into a bucket, and that's the shot. Yeah, I mean, you see it. He drank a bottle of water right before
Hey,
the shot.
I'd rather watch him do it than that bitch from that show.
Oh my God, Mariska Hargitay.
Ugly,
Can people
ugly
quit
woman.
calling her hot, please?
Are we still talking about Lost, or is this?
We're
Sam-
not supposed to bring up TV in front of Sam. We
you
always
can
forget
bring
this.
it up all you want. I just don't know.
You need to-
Then don't ask questions that everybody already knows the
Okay,
answers to.
I'll
Okay.
ask different questions.
You need to have watched TV as a kid. You gotta do it. You gotta take it back.
Too late?
No, it's not too late. You can still watch them.
I do.
Did he quit a Brady Bunch?
See, I never watched Brady Bunch.
I know all their names. Though. That's Marsha, right?
Those were the triplets.
Yeah, they all had hair of gold.
Just like their mother.
What are? Okay, so Gary Coleman dies, and I see.
Dennis Hopper.
Oh yeah, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis
dies.
Hopper quickly overshadows Gary Coleman. I think somebody
Of
made the
course.
point
The
It's the
earlier.
Farrah
Well,
Fawcett
everybody
syndrome.
quickly overshadows Gary.
And on the
Coleman.
day of our
He's only
100th, have some
42.
respect, Hopper.
But no, what I was saying is, I was reading the Gary Coleman biography, and
Let's stop right there, and everybody 10 minutes of silence.
biography.com.
Is that a thing? It's got to be.
Oh, I'm sure it is. He had a cartoon, the Gary Coleman Show.
I thought he was a cartoon.
So I was gonna ask, what are like the craziest fucking cartoons you remember? I remember the MC Hammer one. where
That
he had
you
talking
stole my
shoes.
only answer. His shoes talk to him, people. His shoes were responsible for his fame. That's what that
MC
show
Hammer?
taught us.
I
yes.
remember a Jackie Chan
Wasn't the
one.
bag of pants?
Oh, James Bond Jr., which we made reference to on
Yeah,
the
the
show
one
before.
I got ridiculed for. I remember another one I got ridiculed for. Bucky O'Hare.
Adventures of Bucky O'Hare, I believe.
Yeah, they called me Bucky O'Hare
Because
constantly.
PD had buck teeth as a kid.
No,
But
No?
I'm talking about the weird like Beatles having their own cartoon show.
that
Stuff
was a
like
movie.
that.
Ben
No,
and
they had
Harley-
a show too.
I don't think so. They had
Yeah,
Yellow
Saturday
Submarine.
mornings.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the Monkeys?
No,
The Monkeys had a cartoon
Monkeys
too.
did too.
The Osmonds had a cartoon.
Did they?
Yeah.
Partridge Family, I'm sure.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They had a lunchbox.
Guys,
Dumb
I
and
just
Dumber.
struck gold. Let's work on this.
I know David Cassidy is in. I'm thinking Bonaduce is in. And
your
then
face.
Dumb and Dumber cartoon. I remember that.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Was that?
There was
I
a Dumb
remember
and Dumber
that
cartoon?
For some reason.
Sam doesn't know Dawson's Creek as a general reference, and yet he knows this fucking obscure cartoon.
I know of Dawson's Creek. My brother watched it.
All right.
I never saw
A
it.
friend of the show, Ben, was in Dawson's Creek.
Is that
That's
bad?
right. He was an extra.
Really?
Ben has never been on the show, but we railed on him completely in episode 95. Nick and PJ's Infinite Playlist.
He was the guy
So
that
go check that
screwed
one
up
out,
our mushroom trips.
Oh, that guy. Fuck.
That
I
great
was supposed
story.
to go along with you guys to Portland. I'm really glad I didn't.
What? Just because of that
Well-
one instance? I mean,
That
constant
one
instance.
instance was the whole fucking night.
Yeah.
I would have killed that guy.
Yeah.
No offense, Ben.
No, we had some internet feedback
Offense,
that said the same. Like, if we were there, he's really harsh in your guys' buzz.
I
Yeah.
say him and Gabe should have their own show.
Him and Gabe?
Yeah.
Are you not a fan of Gabe as a guest?
He's a nice.
No, we're asking you honestly. I mean, we've made it clear on the show
Well,
that
Gabe is great to listen to if you don't want to hear PJ speak at all.
Yeah.
then I'm on board. I'm on board personally.
Gabe likes to cut me off, that's for sure.
No. And then he gets into his "you guys are a Hobbit" mode, and
Yeah.
it's just a lot of listening. I feel like
Like the creature is the Hobbit.
no. Continue to bring the show to a screeching halt.
Well, he does.
There were
he does-
yes Andy.
He does rant on just a little bit, doesn't he? But not go anywhere.
Who, Gabe?
Uh-huh.
He claims to always be building to something and then yells at us for cutting him down like
Well,
right before he gets
You've
to
heard
it.
about the story about, put 1,000 monkeys at typewriters and eventually they'll
Create Gabe.
create Shakespeare. Well, just think of a bunch of retarded monkeys.
One of them will date
and
Gabe.
you've got Gabe's script going. So.
Hey Sam, I hate to call you out,
No,
but
call
as
me out.
moderator, a Mezzy7 here has no idea what she's in for. Please
God.
explain the show to her from episode 1 to 100 with highlights from each.
Okay, Amezi, I'm sorry you're just confused.
All right, let's not let it take over the whole show.
No?
I gave it to you, now I took it away. Tracy, let's talk about family.
Family, that's
Yeah.
what this show is best
The show's mainly
ta-
about
talking
family.
about.
It was a clunky segue, but for our 100th, let's just get fucking...
It's a family episode. We're turning
These
what's
guys
his
are Jehovah's
face's mic
Witnesses?
down.
We'll make Sam an honorary member. Sorry.
No, I think the mustache automatically disqualifies.
Yeah, the ability to
No.
grow a mustache.
The ability to grow facial hair.
and
We'll
not
just make-
having watched TV.
We'll
as a
make him
kid.
your surrogate dad. Yeah, that's it. Let me
dad
put
have
it
a
this way.
mustache?
I was asked this weekend what I was going to be doing for the weekend, and I said I'm spending time with my nephews. And they said, "Oh, good to be with family." I said, "No, it's going to be more about family bashing."
Super Bill 07 says hi.
Hi, Super Bill.
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Same when they when they just say hi, don't bother.
Oh,
Okay,
right. Okay.
just kidding.
I'm new at this monitor.
Just kidding, Super Bill.
We have a lovely, wonderful family
Right.
in my dreams. Then I wake up and
My dreams are filled of our family being even like 100 times worse, and I'm murdering them all. And
like that would be worse.
yeah, waking up with a heart on.
The
No,
idea
that's like
of
the
killing
oldest.
Dad is the only thing that's ever made me be able to get
A lot of my
dreams.
dreams are honestly fist fights with Dad. That's no lie.
It should happen sometime. Start with hitting him in the neck girders. And then just go from there.
Clearing it, best line of the episode. Congratulations, Tracy, on our 100th landmark.
Thank you so much.
Did you ever fist fight Dad or any of your siblings?
Oh, hell no. It wasn't allowed. Fist
Yeah,
fighting
I
in our
know, but-
family? Oh, God, no.
We never we had an occasional scrap, but we didn't fist fight.
I remember every time
I still don't know how to use my
I
fist.
wanted to punch you in the face, I would like build up to it, like just tell myself how I'm going to do it for like an hour, and then if anything, it turned into an open hand
Hold
slap.
on, Sam's going to continue to yap like a cartoon dog.
Listen to this, because I think you'll remember. I would
Okay.
either open hand slap you, but probably just with my fingertips, or we would get each other on their stomach. You like where this is going?
My heart on this.
Take your palm against the bottom of their hairline in the back, and just rub it
Oh,
up.
Right.
Wow, wow,
That's like
wow.
a dirty wrestler move, yeah.
Dude, yeah. That fucking hurt, and it was such a bitch move, which we would do all the time.
We consisted solely of bitch moves.
The idea of fighting each other when we were kids was just so taboo. It was ridiculous. Not only because Mom would be mad at us, but my mother had a bad habit of sharing all the details with her sisters and brothers and all my
Details
aunts and
of what?
uncles,
Of what you kids were up to?
Of what we were up to.
Yeah,
So-
Mom was the same way.
I,
It was
I
always
call
like,
this just great irony that we are now
yeah,
on the internet
yeah.
spilling
We'll
all
fucking
these
spread
stories
the word.
out.
Yeah. Mom was always very anxious to like tell anyone what a piece of shit I was,
Yeah.
or how she was going to kill herself
All right.
because of me.
And yet she never went with that promise.
I know.
She
The
tried,
fuck?
but damn.
So did you
You
guys
know?
already
I
read
guess there
Brian
is no
K's
Santa.
comment?
Nope,
on it?
you're the moderator. That's
Okay.
your job.
Well, being that your mom is unwilling star in the planned Brotherhood community, if she successfully committed suicide this weekend, would you consider her death rounding out the celebrity trilogy?
I mean, she's my hero.
Pretty good,
obviously.
Brian.
She's the most
More than pretty good, Brian K.
She's the most famous, beautiful woman in my mind. So, yeah, absolutely, I would.
I will.
Yeah, it's Mom's unwillingness for this. I would have Mom on the show. That'd be the only chance she has of talking to
Oh
me.
God! If we
But
could
my
get-
stipulation is
she would
I don't-
instantly be trying to eat the microphone.
I would insist she be drunk. I don't care
If we
how
could
much
get-
rehab.
You don't have to insist that she be drunk.
If we could get her, your dad, and Paolo on, it
Wow.
would be a golden show.
Wow, what a threesome, and I'm being literal. What a threesome that would be.
I
Still a little
mean,
aside.
think about it. Paulo already is good at rock climbing. You can get over your mom.
Paolo's a big fan of the show. Unfortunately, I don't see him in the chat room. Unless he's being
Just
crafty.
dropped out. Did you guys see her video feed? She looked like she was bored and at some kind of ballet rehearsal thing, chewing gum and kind of like, where the fuck am I?
Go on
And
to
also the 7 looked like a question mark.
Yeah. How did she end up here in the first place?
I don't know.
She is not our scene.
they wander in. You browse live video, you wander
Apparently,
in.
I'm disappearing because
Please move your mic up, Tracy.
Can we see Trace or what?
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
right here. Maybe
Trace
I'm
is right
moving
there.
too.
Who's asking that? What
I
creepo
literally
is asking
don't
to see more of you?
I literally
This is
don't see
Trace.
anything that says that. Tracy completely
Trace,
made
get
that
a
up.
zoom in
Ed
close
Maya,
up here.
84.
Hey guys,
If you guys could talk further away from the mic, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I'll eat
No
the
worries,
mic.
buddy.
this is also what makes for a terrible podcast recording for people to listen to. Like,
Yeah, because usually this stuff gets cut out.
Yeah.
And anybody that is here for the live show and
well,
then
I
hears a
guess
post.
at the same time we're engaging.
Okay, bring in the lap dancers.
Inappropriate.
Sam, are you on cam? See what I did there?
There we go.
All right. I just okay. So I explained that I broke the pipe earlier.
You did. Oh, would you like me to show you a little?
Our pipe is broken.
Oh, yeah, let's
We're
do
trying to
that.
smoke some
Hey, maybe turn on that light right there.
harmless tobacco. But Sam, in the meantime, I know this exists because I was 18 once. But people can fashion.
I can't believe you've never done this.
I've never
Does
done
Kelly
it.
have an apple? I'd rather use an apple.
I would too because these are bad.
We're looking to
Yeah,
smoke
you're not
pot
supposed to
with
She doesn't have an apple.
with a non-official device.
She has a bunch of.
Does she
grapes.
have any plastic lemons?
Oh, damn.
Wow, look at that.
Is that on cam, Mike?
Anybody want Earthsat's lemons? We've got them right here, and we've got a whole
said say fake.
faux
Faux lemon.
faux lemon.
Faux lemon.
This is going nowhere. Sam, please
I heard
fashion
from
a
the
bong
phone.
out of a aluminum can immediately.
All right.
And walk us through the steps verbally.
Demonstration.
Okay.
Empty can.
You can.
Do you want to rinse that out first? No. Okay.
Add
By that I meant swig the rest of it. Sure. Tracy, will you hold your mic up to his face?
Okay, so you take your knife.
Literally everybody listening knows how to do this.
You take your empty can. This is
I was a
for
late
Nick,
bloomer. This is for me only.
as a seasoned pothead, apparently doesn't know how to make a.
I couldn't even flick a lighter for my first year as a pothead. I couldn't get the thumb motion right.
You put your indentation right here. This is your bowl, I guess.
Mhm.
With the knife.
I'm not allowed knives.
Small little holes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or large, big ones. You make.
This is like a really creepy episode of Mr. Wizard.
This might have actually fucked up.
Yeah, this sounds like you're doing a terrible job. I can't see shit.
Just make sure you don't drop the pot down that huge knife hole.
Excellent. Thank you, Sam.
And then on the side,
Sam, you're doing it wrong. Let me make one.
you've got a carb. So all you got to do is put your tobacco right there, and before it falls down that big hole, you light it.
And where does my fist go? Your face? That was a spin on a dad joke. That was funnier than Dad would have delivered.
What's the dad joke?
I don't know. Did you take your ugly
Here
pill
you go,
today?
Nick. It's all yours.
Oh, excellent. Let's try and smoke out of a can, people. Now, Tracy,
Sam, I disagree
even though
with
Sam
that.
has his mic
With
back,
that.
you give him your mic and I'll give you my mic, and then we'll make things really confusing for the rest of the show.
But I have my
You
mic.
got it.
Oh God. Well, what do I do with my mic?
Yeah, why does Sam need two mics?
Do you want two of them? I mean, do you want one?
Does he?
Hey guys, I think PJ and Nick are out of control.
Does he know which?
Like the song says.
Does he know which hole to put his mouth at? Which, oddly enough, he's not the first time he's heard that question.
He's not even using
Well, my pipe looks a lot better now that I handed it over to you.
Wow, it turned to glass. So anyway, what do you think of them Mariners?
Was that a baseball team or something?
Yeah, that's
thought
what
it
I
was
like to
football.
hear. Someone who doesn't pretend to care.
I could care less.
I've said this before on this very show, but I hate girls that like sports. Fuck you, girls.
I hate
you don't like
girls.
sports. You're pretending. Right? Your pink jerseys.
Unless it's Jello wrestling. Then there's no problem.
I went to a one Jello wrestling event at the Speakeasy in Yakima, and it was disappointing to say the least.
What, lousy flavor?
Oh,
No, they just wrestled and then they went and ate Jello.
dude, these are ladies who had Jello inside their body. If you know what I'm saying, right?
We call that stalactite, or no, cellulite, stalactite,
Cellulite wrestling.
cellulite wrestling.
I was using the restroom, so I only heard part of this. But are you talking about Flabfest at Speakeasy?
Flabfest.
Oh yeah, you were there. For
Yeah.
that, huh?
Yeah,
Disappointing, right?
a little bit. Although I don't think I'd even touched a boob at that time. What did I care? I was like, ooh, Flab. Let's
have.
jerk off.
I was fucking married by then.
Whatever you want to
Clearly
talk
you have
about.
something on your mind.
You throw the questions. Ask me something.
Oh, I like this
anything.
part of the show. I forget when Tracy's on. Let's just barrage of questions.
You
Let's
never
go.
fist fought as a kid. I remember you
PJ
talking
Aller speaking
about.
right now?
Shut up, you worthless
Wow.
piece of space.
Everybody in the chat room keeps commenting on my tits.
Yeah, you know what? You're almost the worst moderator. we've had. It's fucking rough.
Where's Gabe?
No, I mean, you talked about dad. Like, I mean, I'm more interested in dad. I'd really like to hear anything you remember about my mom. But, like, you used to talk about how dad would, like, make out with girls all the time.
Yep.
You pointed us to where we could find all the porno magazines we could ever look at in
Did
the
that.
basement.
Really?
But, I mean, was there anything...
Tracy was Casey Affleck in American Pie? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he literally told me, or he couldn't believe I hadn't heard of the treasure chest. He was talking about this, and I went down there, man, and I jerked off to a lot of like moth-eaten 1984 Hustler
Whatever pages weren't
magazines.
stuck together, he opened.
Yeah, which were like it was. But like you're in the basement, our basement is so you shoot it and
Right.
like a little puff of sawdust
It
comes
was-
off the ground. You kick some on top of it and you're done. No evidence. I don't have to like rinse out my underwear in the sink crying because mom's going to notice it anymore.
So
Our
how
parents
come all
were
yours-
not... never mind.
No, go for it.
I feel like I never wanted them to catch me masturbating, but they probably did.
I know you caught me. I'm not sure about Mom and
Well,
Dad.
isn't that one of the videotapes you found?
I have been rooting through home videos, Tracy, and I will say, congratulations.
Uh-oh.
Handsomeness. What else
Me?
would I be talking
Really?
When?
I feel like when Tracy
No, that was
in
clearly
home,
a joke.
when Tracy was in home video, it was even pre-cowboy, right?
Yeah, pre-cowboy.
It was pre-cowboy. You had short hair in the videos I saw.
Is this post cowboy? Where was
This
the
is
cowboy?
post-cowboy
This is
where he has short hair
post-cowboy, yeah,
again.
okay.
Short hair
The
again.
90s are gone.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Along with Chris Gaines.
Hung up my spurs.
Branding iron is no more, everybody.
When the branding iron died, so did a piece of me.
It's a Walgreens now, is that not?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know
Oh, the
what? They
branding
don't,
iron.
and for some reason, they don't like line dancing in the aisles. Go figure. Assholes.
This started with a question for Tracy, I feel like.
Well, yeah. We were
What
talking
happened there,
about
PJ?
Dad, but no, I mean the masturbating
PJ Allers,
shit.
everybody. PJ Allers.
Yeah, I'm feeling everyone like shoots
Well,
it to
let's see.
me.
I never caught your dad.
Well, you
jerking
started
off.
it.
No, I'm wondering if you had any good times as kids.
As with your dad.
Well, he already told the one story. We won't go through it all again because we've told it. But him taking you to the drive-in, like getting through that job really
Right,
fast.
right.
Yeah.
He taught, yeah, but
So
that was
that's a springboard.
that was
What
a
else?
God, really nothing.
Did you ever give him like? Well, I guess it wouldn't be parenting advice, but did you ever tell him like You're fucking up with your kids, dude. Your kids are little assholes.
No. I mean, Nick put it best the other day when he when he talked about everybody being pretend happy around each other. That's what it was.
I said that commenting on the home videos that I've been reading through.
There was no heart to heart in our family. It was always pretend.
Why? That show wasn't very offensive. How come Grandma wouldn't let you watch?
I think she had something about the dog.
I don't know anything about that show. I was born in the 80s.
But a family that can't fight each other openly can't be honest with each other. So we were all just a bunch of lying shits as far as.
But it seems like you would sneak behind each other's backs and get in your scuffles anyway. Like. I always felt like I never fought with Nick just because I was like too scared to. I was always that kid that was like, well, if he punches me in the nose, it could go through my brain and I'll die. Because my dad lets me watch The Last Boy Scout, but like he doesn't teach me anything about how you're supposed to act in public.
Well, I think what it was too, there were so many of us. The best way to keep us in control was to just say no to everything. So everything got squashed quick. We just learned we can't fight each other. We're just not allowed to do it.
How much of that do you think has to do with the religion?
But what would
Only because I want to bring it.
No.
I want to bring the religion.
But what would happen if you did, though? I mean, look at Tom Sawyer. He did everything that Aunt Polly told him not to do. Just throw in my pretentious.
Because Tom Sawyer.
I have to interrupt.
Tom Sawyer had courage.
What does pretentious mean? Glad you were here for that one, Sam. What's that?
But
were you?
Okay, you guys want to go into your own thing? That's cool. All right.
We worked on this bit all day.
Okay,
please. 10 minutes.
who's pretentious? The one that mispronounces Portia, or the one that corrects him for getting it wrong?
Yeah, I read your Twitter feed. Old
fuck you,
news.
bitch.
I promise I laughed the first time though.
Yeah.
It is.
But
It is a
did you hit the
pretty
like
good story.
What, Peter?
The pretentious story. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Tell it. It's like Stephanie Meyer wrote it.
Tell it. We just told it like 2 episodes ago. Yeah.
Oh, then why are you guys fucking interrupting our conversation to do it?
I didn't.
I said you I said you guys want to go into this.
Guys,
You said
guys.
yeah.
Think about it.
Nick said yeah.
I'm reliving episode
I'm looking
80.
at Sam and yelling at Nick.
I know, and it's really disconcerting. Please let your hair down. God.
I'm reliving episode 88, except for I think we sound less distorted in my head right now.
Yeah, I think we're all right. I don't even fucking remember what I was talking to Tracy about.
Really,
You
you're
guys are
you're
assholes.
that mad.
No, I mean.
Seems like P-Day needs a cigarette.
Oh,
break.
okay. So
Replace that with Nick.
Tom Sawyer had the courage, right?
Tom Sawyer.
So
had
why
courage.
didn't you? You're not going to get.
Hold on, I'm going to break into a song.
Tom Sawyer.
No.
Mean.
I'm going to
Mark
break
Black's
into a.
autobiography is coming out.
I'm going to break into a roundhouse kick.
It was
That hits two chins. I'll go over Tracy
Both
in the middle. Not hard, 4 feet tall. I'm kidding. But no, what I want to know is
3-9.
So why are you so afraid? Because Grandpa's not gonna get drunk and beat the shit out of you.
It was psychological terror. The worst word
we were made to feel guilty.
the worst word our mother used on us was disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
To be disappointed at was just the worst thing. I'm so disappointed in you for what you've done or how you've made me feel. It was all about putting her out. Putting her out was the worst thing you could do. And of course, if Dad had done that, we'd have made more money probably. But thanks for that setup. But, it was a weird thing. We weren't allowed to fight. We weren't allowed to argue. So it was done my way. The way I learned to fight was the silent treatment.
Yeah, we did that. Nick was really good. I would sit there, and I think I've talked about this too before, like telling myself I'm not going to talk to him for like 2 days, and then breaking the silence to tell him that there's an Inspector Gadget movie coming out. But yeah, like why did we
Starring
think that
Matthew Broderick. Why wouldn't you tell me?
Why did we think that was so? No, this is the second one, French Stewart. We were like 20, remember? But Nick was so good at it because, like, he had his room and he loved being in his room. Meanwhile, my room always had, like, baloney all over the floor and battery acid.
We were like a really hyper-realized version of Felix and Oscar.
Yeah, we were the totally non-comedic version of Felix and Oscar.
Yeah, there weren't many jokes being passed at
So
that
he
time.
could give me the silence. He probably would have been able to give it to me for, like, 10 years if I had let him, if I just kept...
That's not true. I forgot. Like, the next day I'd be like, oh, fuck. fuck, I was never going to talk to him again.
Yeah. So it is really powerful, but maybe you guys stuck to it, and that's why. Because you guys, even at mine and Nick's age now, 28 and 30.
Whoa,
for
whoa,
all
whoa,
intents and
whoa.
purposes. I'm sorry, intensive purposes.
Thank you.
Like, I don't feel like any of you guys, when you were age 28 and 30, got along anymore.
No, and we still don't. Other than myself,
You were
and
totally
Lori,
happy to go your separate ways.
We all went our separate ways. I mean, if you're not close when you're young,
but we fought a lot.
Yeah,
but
we
but
hated
that-
each other.
But that's what made you close.
Yeah, and we had a lot in common.
You didn't hate my dad growing up? Because I want to punch him.
But we weren't allowed to fight. We weren't allowed to physicalize it, to bring it out. We had to internalize it.
Well,
which
neither
is
were
what-
we never, like...
Yeah, we never fought.
We never put
played
up our
this-
dukes.
We played the silent treatment game. I mean, we did all the same shit.
you got to do more than we got to do. I think.
Yeah.
Scott
Well, we
Russ
never got
to.
talkings to. We'd got like scream at, go upstairs,
We
Go
got-
upstairs together where you're
But-
still
but
fighting
see,
just out of
we-
earshot.
and
We
leave your
got-
pants downstairs. That was so weird.
We got the same
But
thing.
put your dukes up.
We got the same thing, only a calmer version of it. You know,
Yeah.
Mom was
Just
subtle
made to
about it.
feel guilty.
Mom was subtle about it, but then
saw that
but
movie.
then you get what you know the old saying, you reap what you sow.
And you can't always.
I've
get
been
what you want.
pissed.
You
I've been
fucking stole it. You stole it. You stole that joke out of my brain.
I've
I'm
been
glad that's on video because I want to see how that happened.
I've been pissed off at my mother for over 2 years now, and I
Over 2 years?
and I've taken her. I think longer than that, and I've taken her course. I don't talk to her.
So what made you so mad at Grandma all of a sudden? Because she's been with religion
Let me
as
guess.
long...
Let me guess.
Okay.
Her shunning her daughter for being a lesbian.
Exactly.
Oh, nice guess.
You got it.
I know Trey's face.
Please stop calling him that.
If she wants to
Addendum.
if she wants to
Wrong
cut
word.
out-
Sorry, Tracy. Remember your point. I really want you to.
okay.
But, P-Day, whenever you refer to Tracy, our Uncle Tracy, as Trace Face, you think you're being cute, but you're being dad, and that is not cute.
It's cool, fool.
That one I hate, too. The one I do like is, sounds good, Ed Wood. That one's pretty funny.
Oh, I like that too.
Nick had a good one, and then we're going right back to Tracy. Where,
But it was worth branching off, right?
where he
We'll be right
asked
back with Trace Dollars.
when I was coming to Seattle, and he said, "When are you coming, E.E. Cummings?" That was a good one. That was a lot better than Jackie Aller's classic "Let's unload it, boat it."
Which doesn't make any
Boat it.
sense.
Who the fuck is Bowden?
No, it had to rhyme with unload it. So it was like, let's get ready, Freddy, except for let's unload it, boat it, which
Like
makes
banana shmashamana or you say tomato.
That
I
would have
say
made more sense, I think.
like if there was a kid named Bodit in the world, although it did eventually become a screen name.
Isn't there a Tom Baudet?
Because Barry, our Uncle Barry, as unfunny as he is now, Barry unmarried, I call him now. But our Uncle Barry, he was living with us when my mom first dropped "Let's unload it, boat it," and
Better than Chode It, Ben and Harley said.
so we
Not really.
I like Chode it.
yeah, it's better.
but we would exchange jokes at the Kingdom Hall. It's like church, like you can't talk, but you're playing hangman and not paying attention. To
I'm
where
pointing out the
pastor's-
kid with his underwear sticking out in front of us to Nick during prayer.
And he's the one giving the talk.
So to try and make PJ laugh, I was like, I wrote, "Let's unload it, boat it," because my mom's an idiot and I wanted to exploit that. But then Barry added an extra layer. He ended up spelling boat it like in a really exotic way. BEAUXDIPT. Fucking funniest thing Barry ever came up with.
Bodit really became our other brother, who also died at 3 days old.
It's fun to make fun of a brother that died before we were ever born.
From New Orleans.
Hey,
Rest in
Bowdet.
peace.
Do you suppose Western State
Yeah,
Hospital
Bowdet.
gets this feed?
Tracy, we cut you off a long time ago. I asked you to remember, though. Do you remember?
Remember what?
Oh, that's what I was
He
afraid of.
remembers. He's bluffing.
Bluffing what? Was this poker? Is this Texas Hold'em?
This
I
was
like these computers.
this is when you quit talking to Grandma.
We took a little pause and intermission and we're back with Tracy.
I
Dollars.
think I think
for
I
the
really did
update.
lose it. That's terrible. No, I just drew back what she did to to us with the silent treatment. And I haven't.
You're talking about who?
My mother. I haven't
course.
spoken to her for 2 years because she's decided. Oh yeah, that was what it was. She decided to cut out a member of the family, so I want her to see how it feels. If she's going to cut Lori off, I'm cutting her off. Plain and simple. And I don't have a committee of idiots in New York City telling me to make that decision. I'm doing it on my own.
Yeah. Well, it really becomes a conscience issue. At some point.
PJ, I was with you. I was ready to laugh. And then you
God, I remember one time Barry talking to us, and this was after we had internet, and we somehow got
pants on or off?
We somehow got into a conversation about.
You can do internet with your pants on?
It was in the family room.
How am I not in the chat room? How dare I? Sorry, go ahead.
You're right there.
Hey guys, I exist.
Hey, is PJ here yet?
Oh, hi. No, we were talking to him once. It was after we got the computer, and I would always be like, you could info search a member's profile that was on AOL. So I would
Members profile.
go into this advanced search and hit Tacoma, in age range, and under hobby sex. And then I would
I remember doing that too, Cher.
and be like, you want to meet up for
We
some
were at our
sex?
sexual peaks, guys.
Yeah, and
the internet existed in its most rudimentary form, but still.
For sex.
Yes.
I would set up meetups and just never even leave the house, of course. I almost went to one. Twice. Once I was there waiting and got stood up. I don't know what I would have done had she shown up.
Where were you waiting? Let's go back. Hold on. Hold on.
The other one turned out to be an elder at the congregation.
Most likely. I read the Time magazine article.
The other one was
Bennett Hurley says at the Branding Iron. It's a gay
Bennett Hurley is my favorite. I wish I knew who it was. Do I know you in real life, Bennett Hurley? Because I want to.
It's not that far off from being the Branding Iron, and I'll tell you why. The first one I went to was before I had a car, and I rode a bus way the fuck out here, and then walked really fucking far, and then showed up in this
Is that fucking or fucking?
The mobile home complex to knock on the door and get my hookup.
You're kidding me.
I'm
how have I never heard this?
I'm
story?
16. I've got your ID to prove I'm 18.
In case she asked before she blows you?
Just in case. I had all my bases covered.
You legal, son?
I might have taken your whole wallet, so I'd have your social security card.
PJ stole my ID constantly.
He was whoring and thieving.
We were basically identical at the time, though.
Yeah.
Now that you have a ponytail, we've differentiated.
I've never had a problem with it. But yeah, so I chickened out there and came all the way back. Then another time was this old lady. I can't believe I'm being so candid here.
I can't believe that I've never heard this.
It's freeing to tell it, to put it out there.
All right, so
Wait, so she wasn't there? Or what?
So I drive.
Yeah, let's go back to the first story. She wasn't there.
No. I left. I didn't go through.
You got cold feet.
The second time you did, and she was old.
No. So the second time, I'm also convinced that had I seen her car pull up, I would have bailed and left. But I arranged a meetup with her, and we went to meet. I was living
Mr.
on
Steak parking lot.
I was living on 74th and Pacific, and we were meeting on a Walgreens that was on 157th and Pacific. And I had a car at this point, and I drove all the way down there.
Span away.
Wow.
And I just waited, but no one ever showed up. We might have to cut all this out.
Please, no.
Just so that I can drink more and forget that I said this, and it's for your benefit. I won't commit suicide tomorrow.
That is the.
That cancels tomorrow's live extravaganza.
But that was the thing, though. I always thought in my head, at that age, I gotta do shit like this. This is crazy. I watch American Pie.
This is what
You know what I mean?
for.
American Pie.
But then I would always chicken out because of this guilt factor. And I look back and I don't wish I'd gone through with that thing. But I'm talking when I didn't do cocaine the first time someone showed it to me at 16. Believe it or not, I wish I had. I really do. Because that was the time to do it and not be not as a 28-year-old father.
It's not
all right, I'm going to do some blow.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Is it not?
Yeah, it kind of is.
I will pretend to agree, Sam. Pretend, air quotations. Let's take a break. No, real quick. So all this time that you give me shit, you haven't said this recently, but you give me a lot of shit for not being able to meet girls outside of the internet. And yet you were going to get blown by an 80-year-old.
But I wasn't trying to go fall in love with somebody. I was trying to, by the way, this 80-year-old, who was like probably in her 40s. She sent me nude pictures of herself.
That's
and
when she looked 80.
Looking back, I think that it probably wasn't a faker because no one would like pretend to look this fat and ugly, but with huge boobs, and that is literally all I cared about. That's all. I mean, I won't go into the details of what we're gonna do when we hooked up, but it involved breasts and only breasts and no stomach whatsoever.
Was her screen name Titfuck?
God, I remember.
I think it was storytelling.
Man, if I was sober, I could remember her. It was Sherry something.
Sherry Titfuck.
SHERRY something. Anyway,
I'll share it with you if you share it.
So we would always arrange these meetups, and now that I watch, I'm going to keep going. I don't care. Now that I've watched,
love it.
like Tall Hot Blonde and stuff, like what I'm
The
thinking
worst
is,
documentary in the world.
It was
we'll talk about it later.
It was probably like some sexually confused 23-year-old son who found these pictures of his mom, and maybe that went into a sexual confusion. And then like was uploading those. Also, Nick, when I used to try to set up these meetups, I always knew that I was always going to carry your ID in case there was a cop there, and I had
How
to prove
oblivious
was
I that you had my ID all the time?
I could just swipe.
Didn't I need it occasionally?
I could just swipe. Well, I mean, it was like, in 3 weeks.
Because I wouldn't have let you. That's the thing.
No. It was like when it came time, I would find a way to get your ID. But anyway,
I was a diehard J-Dub at the time, and P-Day's trying to go to strip clubs at 16 with my ID.
Strapping young man.
Not trying,
ponytail,
accomplishing,
use your
apparently.
imagination.
You
Oh, yeah,
invented
strip
it
clubs
before you went to
constantly.
the Kingdom Hall. Not like
But
you
listen,
got to show ID there.
So they would send me these pictures, and a lot of times you could tell they were fake or whatever. But then when they would ask me for a picture, I would always send a picture of you every time. Just
Should I be
in case-
flattered or?
No, it was so that it would look just like the ID picture.
Oh, I see.
So like that.
So
was,
you found the best shot of me that you could.
yeah, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It was you and Nick Keogh, Kingdom Hall. In a Kingdom Hall, that's what I use. I'd be like, I'm the one on the left.
P-Day,
Nick K.
Yeah, we're derailed. You want to go on a break?
yeah, I almost feel disgusted by this whole thing.
More disgusted than your last live show.
You're off, Mike.
No.
Just if I like.
You guys are embarrassing me. This is live. Let's go.
Oh,
Verbatim.
here we
I
go.
hardly knew him.
I'm awake.
What do you got?
Tracy, what do you have to say to Neckfurters if you had anything to say at all?
Oh yeah, Neckfurters being our stepmom.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Thank you for taking my brother far, far away, literally and figuratively. Thank you for splitting them away from their sons because he doesn't deserve them.
Aww.
Aww.
I almost want to cry, like literally.
Almost.
Almost.
Until I found out you were only renting your house, I would cry.
And thank you for proving what I've always thought, that my brother is a big fat pussy.
Oh my God, it was so evident.
And it shows.
Who doesn't love a fat
and
pussy?
Obviously, that
I do.
Since she's
Walgreens
married to
parking
him,
lot.
she's obviously a lesbian as well.
But yeah, Dad became such a pussy. He was a tyrant. He was. I only say this now. This doesn't even have any relevance.
Old
it's just because I know
news.
he's listening. It's like I just want to reiterate, Dad.
Right.
You're
Hi,
a real
Scott.
fucking
Miss me?
piece of shit.
I feel like the show hit a resurgence of sorts.
Yeah.
As soon as we found out that Dad and Neckfurters were listening to every episode, fucking bring it on. Let's talk about it.
I remember-
I want you to hear this. And
we used to get a $5 allowance every week. Do you remember that?
Wow.
big time.
We were
got a
supposed to
quarter.
get a $5 allowance every week. And every now and then we'd go to the store with my mom, like on the weekend. And this would be like the entire day. Dad's laying down in the bedroom, watching TV, watching my tutor on Betamax when he doesn't think Jackie will come in so he can jerk off real quick.
Open rope the whole time, right?
Yeah. And I remember going in there once because it was like a Saturday and we're supposed to get our allowance on a Friday. And it was one of these things. It was like Bible story. It was like, oh, okay, we're going to start a $5 allowance thing every week.
Can you say how old we were at this time?
Yeah, like I was probably 14. So
Okay.
whatever that makes you.
$5, cha-ching.
Yeah, and so like we'd be going to the mall or something with Mom, and she would, and I'd be like, well, we should get our allowance because it's Saturday and we're supposed to get on Friday, and she'd be like, you go in and ask him. Like it was just fear. And I remember one time going in and asking him about it, and he like freaked out on me and was like, yes, God damn it, even though you don't do anything, blah, 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 blah. And he crumples up 2 $5 bills and throws them at my feet. And all I can think is, God, like, if my kid, like, okay, every now and then I'll be like, Sophia Claire, like, come on.
I've heard the Sophia Claire from time to time.
And she will be like
There's her
so
middle name.
devastated. And I'm like, oh my God.
Your heart breaks instantly,
Yeah.
right?
But I mean, like, sometimes you got to get like that. I'm not crumpling up money and cursing at her and telling her what a piece of shit she is and then throwing money at her feet.
At least you recognize it.
Yeah.
He has to,
you
right?
best recognize. That's what I always say. You best recognize. But
Yo.
Nick was talking about these.
Would you check yourself before you wreck yourself?
I try every time. But Nick was talking about watching these home videos and like just how fat and gross our parents were.
Teaser 101.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Episode 101, by the way. Teaser 101. That's the title.
but the weird thing to think is that they weren't that much older than we are now in these videos, and they were already like, I'm like, well, I'm already at that age, and I have a kid. I'm not a complete asshole to my kids, so. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it in check.
Right, but the videos I saw, we were 8 to 10 years old. Do you feel like by that time Sophie will have worn you out enough to where you become dead?
I hope not.
I hope not too, buddy.
Because I don't see how I could go to sleep.
There'll be too many people around to keep you in check on that, too.
Yeah.
Your wife being one of them.
Well, yeah, like I always talk about how schizophrenia is passed from your mother, and, you know, I already exhibit major signs of crazy. And what if I one day go down the road she's going and she's just like, well, I wouldn't let it happen. Like, I wouldn't let you just act that ridiculous. And that's the thing with mom is like she's getting away with acting like that.
Yep.
And she doesn't care what happens. Like, oh, I guess I'll go to the hospital. I need some help. You know, I feel like I need help sometimes, but I'm not going to make this big scene to get committed and make everyone want to look at me.
No fake suicides for you, huh?
Yeah, not yet.
Here it's really hard trying to commit suicide.
Yeah, it's one. You wouldn't believe how hard it is.
Getting that butter knife through the skin. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the right word when you said your dad was a tyrant. He was like that to us when we were kids. He was just a big bully. He resented all of us. So we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that he hated the fact that we all came after him. He wanted all the attention. Once it got split up 7 ways, you know, there was just none for him. And
He's still the eldest, though. He's always the oldest.
Oh, yeah.
We say oldest just to not be confusing.
To not be saying a fake word.
We're in America.
But, you know, I don't know. So you'd think he would have taken the misery that he had as childhood, you know, and would not have wanted, like you're trying not to do with Sophie, you'd think he would have wanted the opposite for you guys.
It was like,
But-
fuck my kids.
Right,
What
but-
did I ever get?
Right, but he resented you guys. I
Yeah,
think, was
so
the
what
deal.
do you
Yeah,
need?
Exactly.
That's the
Oh, well.
dialogue my dad was having in his head the whole time. Fuck you guys.
Which was made apparent when I'm reviewing these home videos. Like, him and mom, I will say certain segments of the videos that I came across that aren't worth putting in an actual episode, like, they seemed happy enough. Like, they both made the same lame jokes and were able to feed off each other that way.
Yeah.
But overall, like, even at 8 and 10 years old, I could tell that we were miserable.
But I mean, do you have to watch a home video for that, or do you remember that?
I don't have to. I chose to. And let me tell you, that's a weird trip on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, drinking beer, and watching my family in 1988. That'll fuck your shit up. Try it sometime, everybody.
Fortunately, they didn't have videotape from my childhood.
Tracy, I have another question for you.
All right, let's
What were
hear it.
you doing in 1988? Let's say summer of 1988.
Oh, wow. Let's see. I would have, 88.
I have a
I
feeling
wa- I
Nick
was-
can tell you exactly what you were
God.
doing.
I know you were on a camping trip at one time.
Got any spare beers?
That's, man, there's so much I've forgotten about it. It's ridiculous. I think you just got told to go away.
Yeah, what was that?
No, I thought he asked for beer. I was pointing to the fridge.
Oh,
Oh, that ain't the bathroom.
That was.
Oh, sorry about the mess in the fridge.
Whoops.
No, I got in 88. Let's see. I quit working at Fred Meyer in 84.
Wait a
took
minute,
couple
wait a
of
minute,
years
wait a
off.
minute.
You quit?
did you quit
I got-
working at Fred Meyer?
No,
Or did you get taken out in handcuffs?
I got no handcuffs.
that was
no
that
handcuffs.
Was me.
That was him.
Me. And it was Top Foods. Thank you very much.
I got fired, which means I quit working there.
That's true.
What can I say?
Good way of looking at it.
No.
What a spin. What a spin.
In '88, I was working in a restaurant.
Bananas
Family restaurant. I was living in a little apartment.
Okay, Sam, that's the joke he had to deal with every day as a waiter at Bananas.
Wait.
We're talking decades
No,
later.
let's let him ask again because I'm not sure he was on mic.
I want to hear that.
Let's hear that comedy gold again. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I don't know. Where are we?
I'm not doing it. Damn it. I realized that sounded stupid.
It was so stupid that we need you to reenact it.
Where did they serve at Bananas restaurant?
Didn't you hear that every day at Bananas?
Oh yeah. Do you have bananas here? Yes, we do.
Is that chimp I see working in the back?
Would you like it shoved up your ass, or you want to just slip on the peel?
Can I be the one person that's not asking you as a joke? Did you serve bananas there? This has made me so. At first, I was like, "Shut the fuck up," and now I'm really curious.
Banana pancakes, banana milkshakes, and banana flambe. No
banana in my pants. You know what I'm saying, right?
I'm not sure I do. Explain.
I thought it was a rule.
Depended on who showed up there.
But you'd only serve bananas.
Actually, I was a manager for about 6 months, but I never waited tables.
Banana manager.
I was usually the.
Is that a joke?
I was a prep cook. I was slicing the bananas in the back all day long.
Yeah.
I've done that too.
Stroking the bananas and smoking the bananas. No, that was pre-cowboy phase, '88. I was kind of in a limbo at that point. I don't think I was seeing anybody at the time. Michelle,
including
maybe.
your son.
Oh, no. I take that back. I was living alone finally in my life, and I wanted.
Were you living alone, or did you have a girlfriend named Model Trains?
She was like any good woman, was hanging from the ceiling. If I had pictures of that, I'd show you. But no, there was one point in my life where I wanted to try to resolve my relationship with Tim. So I got involved with Parents Without Partners.
Wait. PWP?
PWP.
Explain.
Exactly how they went by PWP. It was a group for single people who had children to meet up and talk to each other.
Yeah, it's called Craigslist now.
No shit. I really went into this with the real reason of patching up my relationship with Tim. Didn't know I was entering into a meat market.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
What they sell at that meat market.
You're not talking about cock market, right? You're talking about meet each other market?
Meet each other market. No shit. I went into it innocently. I didn't know that was what I was getting into.
I'm sure. Just like me, I just wanted to meet this girl in the parking lot to be friends. I need a surrogate mother.
Thanks for drawing that parallel.
To breastfeed me.
And actually, then I did learn it was a meat market, and all of a sudden I didn't care about my relationship with Tim anymore.
Yeah. But that all that means is that you're going to meet a bunch of women that have kids too.
Which was so stupid because the last thing I wanted was kids in the first place. So the only women I'm going to meet are women.
You know what? You wanted
kids.
A little more than kidless.
What?
Let's try that all over.
Say that.
Pussy. That's what you wanted more.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
I wanted where the babies came from.
Yeah.
Not the babies. No.
Nothing better than a stretched out vagina. Am I right, guys? Placenta.
You could not be further away from wrong.
I named my cock placenta. I did.
Because it's one bloody mess and you just don't want to eat.
Couple of stuck-up cunts.
Weirdly enough, my boss did eat. Sorry, go ahead.
Your boss sucked you out?
So anyway.
Yes, and ate his kid's placenta, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I'll be damned.
All bullshit aside, I really did go into it with the idea of patching up my relationship with Tim. It didn't work. I did meet a few women. Met one redhead, of course, named Michelle, who had 4 kids. That was a mistake. Got caught in bed with her.
Correction, her name was Jocelyn.
Wait a minute.
No. No, actually, you're right.
Wait. Nichelle. Right. Who did you get caught in bed with?
Jocelyn, you're right, was the one later. That was one with 4 kids. Michelle was one with 2 kids. That was before her.
I thought I was joking. That's amazing.
No, actually, and Michelle was the redhead with 2 kids, and she had a stalker boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
And that's who you got caught in bed with?
Yeah. Not with him, with her.
No, you said yeah. You just said yeah. That makes it true.
Fucking little bitch. And so did her boyfriend almost. But no, God, that was a very surreal thing because I just kind of went, dude, what's up?
What do you do?
What do you do? Nothing like you see in the movies. I'll tell you that. I just kind of sat there like I was a third party just watching the whole thing happen, you know. And the guy was a pussy, never did anything, fortunately, because he was bigger than me. But
what do you just turn around and storm out the door or something? Or
nah, she did. I let her do all the work. It was her house. Who cared?
Wait, so you were stuck with you and him?
What's that?
He didn't walk out. She did.
No, she threw him out. Made him leave.
Okay.
And I just sat there going, whoa, this is new. I've never had this happen to me before.
Yeah, right.
It was just the weirdest thing. And of course, that all ended shortly afterwards, but that was fun.
Did you ever get in any fist fights like that?
I've never hit anybody once in my life. Yeah. I broke my head once hitting a door jamb rather than hitting my wife. And
that's what happened here.
That door jam was a bitch. Though.
I broke.
Yeah,
say that.
I almost broke my hand hitting a 2-year-old little girl instead of hitting my wife. I'm serious.
She must.
If you're serious, PJ,
you should see her holler.
Does that explain?
You
what
think
happens?
I got it bad?
Does that explain what happens to your sister?
That's why Seattle Children's Hospital is babysitting my daughter this week.
All of a sudden, your sister may have a roommate.
Hey, let's quick shout out to foster care Melissa. Good job, everybody.
Yeah,
I hear you're improving. Nice to know.
She is improving. She is improving.
She's getting the help she needs.
Is that right?
Is it? I was thinking back about how I used to be so anti being in a foster home. That's not going to be any better and blah blah blah. But that's exactly what's happened, and
she is better.
I'll eat my hat. Yeah, she is much better.
For the 100th, would you actually eat a hat?
That's what
can
we're doing
fit
right
that
now.
hair down inside of a
have to
hat?
do it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can fit this hair inside a hat. Is there a hole cut out of the back of the hat? Then I think so. I don't wear flex fits.
Got any bananas?
I only wear free hats from the Yakima Fair. And there is always the hole to put your ponytail through.
Actually, what's missing from your look right now is a nice, snazzy hairnet.
Did you just call me Ashley?
What's that about?
I would never insult Ashley that much. Don't forget, she is the favorite.
Nick was too afraid to call Ashley to come be on this episode.
That's basically true. Ashley from episode 50.
He literally told me, he was like, oh, she's probably going camping. And then I talked to him later. Hey, have you talked to Ashley Trashley? And he says, stop calling her that. And then he
Call her Trace Face.
He says, no, dude, she's camping, remember? And I was like, no, you said she's probably camping.
Yeah, I got.
But she's already texted you today, and you didn't write her back.
I know.
Why are you afraid of Ashley Trashley?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm afraid of Ashley Trashley. Probably because her nickname is so awful.
It's the brr. Oh boy, a musical interlude.
Harmonica. Everybody loves a good harmonica.
PJ,
He just likes to blow it.
I feel like he tries to impress me sometimes because he's like, "Hey Nick, let's take a ride over here."
Look at my
Oh,
musical
also
talent.
I
I'm going to
have
school.
a harmonica and a cardigan for no reason. Every time I see PJ, it's a different style, a different thing.
He's
on the road
practicing
again.
for his move to Seattle. He wants to be douchey enough to
He's
live
already
here.
declared he has no interest in moving to Seattle. He'd rather me move to Yakima.
Ronnie Payne says, how long have you all been on? Hour and a half? Right?
Yeah,
Hour
since
and
about
a half,
6, Ronnie.
Payne.
That means we've got about 5 good minutes of content out of it. You know?
It'll get heavily edited.
Edited episode. This won't even be an episode.
It'll be
Does Jack Kerouac walk around worrying about what people think, or does he decide?
not anymore. You don't.
Hey, I want to put on a cardigan.
You mean JK?
I want to put on a cardigan and go experience life. And if my brother's cool with that, he's not.
On the cardigan.
No, please.
Can't wait to put
And
on
I
that
happen to have a harmonica in my car.
If you happen to have it in front of the mic, please
got
do that
some-
one thing that you can do on the harmonica.
I got that Tom Petty. What do you mean with that one thing I can do?
sounding a little out of tune. You want to soak your reeds in this?
Hey, Nick, you want me to go back to singing the alphabet song?
Please do.
I'm
Backwards.
just saying that if you get it in you, try to resist playing a little music when you got that itch inside of you, right?
PJ, lay off the harp for a little
He's
bit.
got
will
the
you?
music in him.
Getting that.
You call that the John Popper itch.
I'm sorry
Or to
that
shorten
I
it
don't
up,
only
Popper
play
itch.
the skin flute, guys.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pee, but then let's devote the rest of the episode to masturbation jokes.
He's got to go practice the skin flute.
He's got to go warm up his instrument.
Work on the fingering, Nick. Work on the finger.
Just don't blow it.
God, can we talk a bunch of shit about Nick while he's in the bathroom since that's all that happened while I was in there? Sam,
So, PJ,
I didn't talk shit about you.
So, PJ, did I tell you
there
about
was
what
Nick
you did
talk
last week?
what did I do?
I don't know. Nick was telling me. So anyway, Nick is such a great guy.
No.
Yeah, my favorite next to Ashley and PJ.
Right?
Nick's all right. Nick is one guy who I try to impress, who I try to make laugh. And by the way, on a totally unrelated subject, Tracy, your Facebook comments are getting funnier and funnier every day. But I'm going to tell you
Congratulations,
something.
Tracy.
I am doing the like thing less and less every day because when you like somebody's status on Facebook,
Fuck, you screech like a girl.
I know.
when you
Shit.
like somebody's status on Facebook,
Hold on, I'll be back.
you get a notification every single time anybody else likes it or comments on it or anything like that.
Right.
And that's too annoying for me.
Oh, okay.
Because
if
I'm not
it's
the guy that
really-
likes to sign in and see 18 notifications.
Right. So if it's really funny, then it's worth you putting a like on there. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, no, like I think I've given it up altogether. Putting a like on anybody's.
So
But
I'll
yeah,
just
I
assume
guess
you
you're
like
right.
it.
If it's an extremely special
He
occasion.
spilled his beer and screamed like a girl. It was his impersonation of you. Hey, you're standing on my court. Don't break anything. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that you think it's getting funnier and funnier. I try hard.
Nick, would you agree with that? Tracy's Facebook statuses are becoming funnier and funnier.
It's because Nick taught me the power of yes and.
Did I teach you that, or did I teach you that vicariously?
Vicariously. You said
I
good yes
didn't invent
ending,
the
and I
yes
went,
end.
huh? What does that mean?
I will say that your Facebook Twitter updates, is that what we're talking about? Yeah, they started out real lame, guy. But
Hey, I was channeling Barry. What do you want? I'm working on it. I appreciate it, I think.
what's Barry's Twitter account? Just to give him a plug, Petterass69.
I like him young.com.
Got a real good body, Petter. It's cold in here. Is it? A little bit, yeah.
I think it's coming off of PJ.
It's pretty cool.
It's that Jack Kerouac calm. Just breezing off of it.
How long have we been... I
Speaking,
hate that we're live right now.
Speaking-
Because usually
Small
that
is
part's
back.
cut immediately out.
Speaking English?
How long have we been going now, was my question.
1 hour, 36 minutes.
Well, I have one story.
All right.
Shoot.
A story, and this is why it's important, and
Is
a
it
landmark.
a fable, a parable, an
Let's call it both.
allegory?
What's that, a third? Yeah, allegory. Sure.
Aesop's fairy tale.
Aesop's.
Or does that be a fable?
Can we
fable.
define pretentious?
Highfalutin, maybe?
N-I-C-K.
Actually,
I thought a good way to end or segue, whatever you want to call it.
goodbye, everybody.
Improve.
Improve. The only way to improve the show is to tell the story about the day my dick exploded.
Oh, God.
And
Don't tell
PJ.
that.
God.
I have to, because
hear it.
for 100 episodes, PD has been denying this story. Like, from the only reason I decided, hey, PD, let's start a podcast, is so I could tell this story. But it grosses him out so much that he's never allowed me to tell it on the show.
You've heard
You
the
can see
story
it on
though,
his
PJ.
face already. He's starting to puke.
You've heard the story, no?
I don't think so, dude. I don't want to.
No, we've got after fucking 80-year-old grandma hooker. Story,
Yeah. I've earned this. I
Not a
deserve
hooker. I was not paying dime one, and she was beautiful. If you have
Oddly
a
enough-
BBW fetish.
Oddly enough, same words came from your dad's mouth about neck furters.
this. Very cautionary, Ben and Harley. So let's just start at the start. We all know storytelling. Episode 27 is what made her famous, I would say.
I would hope so.
Yeah. If there's a 4 celebrity death this week, Fingers crossed. Anyway, I remember specifically, PJ. This was at the time that
Biting stash.
What's that?
Never mind.
Sam's pulling a Kelly. Look at my tits.
Hey, check me out, guys.
At least Kelly talks into the microphone, though. I'll give her that.
All right, tell me about.
I
your
didn't
dick
say she
exploding.
cleared her throat into the microphone.
That's why she didn't sound so great. Obviously.
Sam just derailed the story.
I'm sorry.
You lucked out, PJ.
No. You're telling
You
it.
can't
You're
bail on
telling
this
it.
story now. I'm the guy telling you to go on, and I don't want to hear it.
So here's how it starts. Here's how I remember it. You and your
Hey, you got
wife.
Team FB3.
Say
Hey.
hi, everyone.
Hey, Sam, why don't you shut the fuck up
He does
I'm supposed
not.
to be
before I
mediated.
kill you?
He doesn't understand his place. That's the only problem.
I'm supposed to be moderating.
Do we need to have a quick powwow?
Why don't you tell you?
A little
Oh,
Sam
yeah,
fuck the fuck off talk?
Shut the fuck up.
All right. PJ's typing something.
No, go ahead.
Please get on mic if I'm going to go ahead. Why would you say that, PJ?
To continue.
Explain yourself
Because
first.
he caused a distraction and we're not going.
I think it's a she, first of all.
No, not you.
From
I'm talking
Roach
about Team
Radio.
FB3.
We're talking to Team FB3 here.
Roach Radio.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
PJ, instantly apologize,
Way to go.
please.
Oh, hi, buddy.
Be nice. It's the boss.
So if Cockroach is here, they came just in time for the story, and I'll preface just for him, and then we'll edit this part out.
This one will make the edited cut that will be on Cockroach eventually.
Yes.
Speaking of edited cuts.
All right. So this was at what age was I when I moved in with you and your at that time very new wife?
What age were you when you moved in with my very new?
How old were you? And then I'll do the
I was
math.
20 when I got
Fucking
married.
wrap this up. Okay. So I was 21, 22.
Very new or
Yeah.
very nude?
What's that?
Sam's done,
I'm done.
and I
Is
mean
your
his life is over.
No. I checked his license. Last name worthless.
You'd be surprised at the spelling.
That's true. So I was living with you, our sister Melissa at this time. So let's do the math again. Just because people like math.
Melissa was young.
She would have had to be like
12 years
11.
younger than me. I was 22, so
Yeah.
10. 10.
10.
And for whatever reason, mom was still at least clinically sane, I think. And Melissa spent the weekend with us, who were both living together in Yakima. You recently married me living in your basement, basically.
Yes.
Washer and dryer was my bed.
Although I think you just said I recently had married you.
Yes, that's what it sounded like.
Everything else is
me living in your
accurate.
basement.
Thanks for calling me out, because if I were to hear that back, I'd be like, oh, why didn't anybody correct me?
I
So
wanted to say something, but I'm already on
I saw the
shot.
arched eyebrow from Sam, and that told me I wasn't the only one who heard it.
but I was working at the movie theater, and I remember Melissa was my idea, like her being there for that weekend.
You decided to impregnate mom.
Thank
Tell
you
her
very
to
much.
give birth prematurely. Oxygen deprived, mentally deformed.
I'm
kid.
not going to ever finish the story if you guys continue to attack me in
Quit
the way that
opening
you are.
yourself up. That's all I'm saying. Put your shield back up.
So to speak, opening yourself up. Tell us about opening yourself up.
Too far, idiot. God, all your friends think I'm an asshole. That's all I think every time I come here. I leave and I'm like, God, I called Sam an idiot and told him to know his place. In real life, I did that.
That's all right.
I called Tracy 4 feet tall earlier. What the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna go home and just agonize over this and stress out so hard.
Awkward.
I ordered food before Kelly came to breakfast. Nick and Alvina,
Let's say it in unison, guys. 1, 2, 3. Asshole. Just me?
we all show up for breakfast. Nick and Alvina decide they're gonna wait until Kelly gets her to order. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm ordering now.
What
Starter
PJ's,
plate. Starter plate.
what PJ is doing right now is stalling because he doesn't want to hear
Oh,
the
I'm
story
sorry.
about how my dick exploded.
I'm sorry. I make it all about me.
Tell us about his dick exploding.
I have 2 stories.
It's after you guys got married.
So I'm living with PJ and Elvina shortly into their marriage, and I'm dating storytelling. And it was my idea for Melissa to come over for the weekend. Like, hey, she's retarded. Let's deal with it. Sorry, neckfurters. I'm going to get sued for that comment, too.
And Melissa.
It's going to be added to the reel. I know. And then, so Yeah, I was working at the movie theater, and really, I just wanted to go home. I didn't want to go home. I wanted to go to Storytelling's place at the time and bang her. And I didn't want to be responsible for Melissa, even though it was my idea that she come over, and she's staying at our mutual house at the time.
Okay, so me and Alvina are watching
You're
her.
totally not in headphones now.
I hear me. So Alvina and I are basically in charge of Melissa on this night.
Right.
When you decided to bring her over, and we all know my feelings about that.
So I think...
And also, you used to bring storytelling over all the time, too. So it's like, what could be worse than storytelling staying here?
Well, the people that haven't met her, they only have episode 27 to base that on.
Yeah.
But that should be enough.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Which one's storytelling?
What's that? Sam, you tell jokes that are too quiet. That's the problem.
Okay. I clear my throat.
Worst part is he almost got me. I almost said it.
Yeah. So that particular night, I was due to be off of work at like 9 or 10, and then 11 comes around, and I'm already over at Storytelling's house, and I'm like, sorry, dude, I had to work late, which was not the case at all.
Oh, you asshole.
I know. And you were like, seriously, dude, this is not my responsibility. This was your idea. And so I'm going at her hard. We'll jump right to that.
Going at her heart? Jesus Christ.
Going at her hard,
Oh.
Sam, from behind, let's say.
Oh, my God.
Just,
This story hasn't even gotten to the gross part yet.
I'd say it has.
And yet it started at the gross part.
I'm just saying,
Heart deep in storytelling?
you know, I was 20, maybe 21 at this time. It's my second job ever. I got a girl that's willing to fuck me, and PJ, you will say, unfuckable. Right?
Yeah, by my standards.
By
yeah.
your standards and most people's standards. But at the time, like, she was the person I lost my virginity to. So, like, we just started having sex. Still Jehovah's Witnesses, so bad idea. Yeah,
A lot
so
of praying involved, and
so I'm at her place. She's living with somebody, and I'm drilling her from behind. Did I say drilling before?
That's new.
Drooling her?
And as Tracy is in Allers, you know this, Sam.
Yes?
I can't remember, circumcised or uncircumcised.
Myself?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Welcome to the club, buddy.
he's in the family.
I've got a full sleeve.
That's the true inspiration behind episode 100.
Got a trick
Anybody
up
that
my
has the
sleeve,
foreskin. Yeah, so
You're going to get at you tore your foreskin, right?
how dare you? How dare you, sir?
That's obviously where you're going.
Right, but can I explain the process?
Okay.
So I'm drilling her. I'm drilling her hard. Imagine
You're
her face.
railing on this.
Buddy, I tore my foreskin before, and I thought I had AIDS because I didn't know anything about
It is the
sex.
most horrifying thing
Tore
in the
my
world
foreskin so
because I
hard all
was
over her.
I'm fully hard and then like you know what happens within a second. It doesn't hurt.
Uncomfortable.
This is obnoxious.
Sam.
Sorry.
So I know that something has broken.
Oh, God. I'm
And
getting
it
queasy.
ain't her hymen.
Yeah, that was gone.
Unfortunately, yeah, that was long gone. But I kind of knew it happened, but it took my pulling out, and then as hard as I was immediately shrunken, and so much blood.
Nick's afraid of blood. Nick does not.
Yeah, I do
don't
not
like
deal well
blood
with
either.
blood, especially spurting from my cock hole.
spurting. Let's be realistic.
No,
Spurting.
literally.
It was on his shoulder.
And then, like, it took me 10 minutes. Like, I was, gathering myself. And, like, she's the whole time, like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm sure it's common. I don't know if the internet existed, but we didn't have it at this time. I can tell you that.
You're literally making me sick.
Isn't
Get
it
on my-
so gross? Let's just end this without being gross.
No, there-
her pussy was obviously dry as the Sahara.
There's a payoff, I swear to Christ, if you just let me get to it.
yeah. You came. You decided to come before you went to the doctor.
No, that's not
Blood
it.
all over.
That's the bummer of it. I didn't come in the moment.
Later.
But then my okay, so I immediately shrink. I can see an obvious tear in my foreskin, like pretty severe, right? A triangle, I'll say.
God.
Right on the side that counts. Like
cares?
it's
A Pac-Man
PJ.
lunch.
Dude, what? A pack.
So we're freaking out, and it's like a Friday night, and she's calling hospitals, and like my boyfriend and I were just having sex. This happened. He's uncircumcised. What do you do?
Married by this point.
I remember when this happened to me, my wife also called a doctor, and which is just so ridiculous. It's so weird to think about. Anyway,
Wait, your foreskin broke too?
yeah, the same exact thing.
It's
happened to
common.
me.
Really?
Has it not happened to you, Tracy?
No.
Or Sam, I guess.
No,
Tracy finds a lot
my
of
women
wet
like
puss.
being around me.
Yeah, he has no problem turning them on. No, she called a doctor, and I remember the doctor said, "Mr. MD, can you?" Never mind.
I knew it. I was literally gonna say.
And
I said,
all he said was, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." That's all he said. No, but I remember that it was like a nurse or something, and she said, "Well, was he wearing a condom?" And Alvina lies and says yes for some reason. Like, you don't have to say that. We're married. It's fine. And then they're like, oh, then there's no problem. So then, of course, that got in my head. And I was like, wait a minute. So if I wasn't wearing a condom, which I wasn't,
Oh, so then there's
I'm going to die. So
Wait, let's hear
what
the
do
rest
I
of
do
Nick's
but
story.
make my new bride call her right back and ask her what happens
Wow.
if he wasn't wearing a condom?
PJ Allers, I want to come back to you with that story, but for right now, can we-
There's a lot of stuff.
also moderate the chat room. People are having some input
right.
here.
Duct tape on an open cut helps stop the bleeding. It does. I agree.
All right, duct tape
And makes
plays
it-
into this.
and
Thank
duct
you,
tape
Team
makes a good
FP3.
lube.
Lay down some gauze though, because duct tape on skin.
I'll tell you what happened is I start spurting, as we've already gotten to, and
Blood?
she's calling hospitals, and they're saying, I've never had better sex in my life, PJ. That's what I'm getting.
Oh God.
No, but then I pull out, I instantly shrink. I'm bleeding everywhere. She's calling any hospital, and they're all saying, like, he's got to come in. We got to
It's a good
stitch
one.
him up. And I'm like, stitches is the worst idea when it comes to any thought of my penis right now. So I'm just
already
sitting
in
there in the
stitches. What
corner,
do I do?
shriveled up and crying. And then so storytelling takes it upon herself to fix the situation for me. I can't be in the hospital, but she's going to make a makeshift cast is basically what it comes down to. So
How's your
it
tea count,
involves
PJ?
duct tape. Whoever said that, Team FB3. Also a tampon, some Band-Aids. Anyway, she built some kind of
Peanut
cast
butter.
to stop the bleeding. And so that's
Oh,
laying
that's-
over my flaccid dick. And then I decided I got to get back
Like a
home. And then
splint. We're
Little
talking a
Band-Aid.
at the
splint
same
here.
time, like, you're stuck home with our sister. And I'm like, I got to get back there. I got to
I
make
want
up
to
a
tear
story.
my own foreskin.
So she makes this cast for me out of household products, and then I called
Diverted
PJ
his
for a
dick.
ride. I told PJ, I was working in the movie theater at the time, that I pulled my groin at work, which was going to explain the limp that I obviously had.
God, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, and so you came and picked me up because
you
you
want me
didn't
to
want to.
remember 1988.
You didn't want to deal with Melissa on your own, so you were like, "Okay, I'll pick you up as long as." And so I'm limping to the car. But before that, the reason I'm limping as severely as I am is because storytelling. She made the cast, and then I called you. I arranged a ride. It's going to be 15
Usually
minutes.
people who really did pull their groin at work would make up a story about having just had sex with a girl, and that's how you got hurt.
No, scratch that. I
You
went
go
the other
opposite.
way.
You make yourself seem like even weirder.
Yeah.
I pull my groin at work all the time, but I don't tell anybody about it. That's for fucking sure. I do it
To
in
be
the
fair, it was opposite day. Remember? But I'd called you from her house, and I was like, "Hey, dude, can you pick me up here?" Pulled my groin at work. Sorry about the limp. And then in that 15 minutes that it took you to get there, we started making out again, me and storytelling. And then my penis swelled again immediately with the makeshift cast. And then the blood starts seeping through, and I have nothing to do about it. Like, she had to make me a full other cast. And I made you wait outside in the parking lot. Oh, just gathering my keys 10 minutes later. But I guess that's the whole story.
You guys were trash.
It wasn't as traumatizing as I was
Disgusting.
hoping. We drew it out too long. That's our 100th, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Excellent.
I went to a yard sale. the
Nope,
other-
we're done.
That's good. It's a yard sale story, literally.
And they were
I can do without telling
and
it.
they were selling penis casts.
Let's hear the yard sale story.
Well,
please.
they were selling snatch
what did that
pictures,
tampon
so
say
I
to the
sold
other
them some pictures of storytelling blowing you that I found and caused my 5-year impotence. Hey, Tracy, my Aunt Terry tells me you're impotent. Is that true?
What?
What?
Sorry, God. It's a joke, guys.
but every time she blows me, I'm fine.
Thank you. That's all I'm looking for. Someone to make it a little grosser than what I just.
Yes,
it was
yes.
like, what is he suggesting? He had sex with his sister? Is
see-
that why she's bald now?
Well, see, that's the problem. I'm into family members, but I'm also into Kojak. So it's like, Terry, my sister, the bald one, perfect.
I love.
She can
girls
blow
with
me, and I
zero
can look at
personality.
my image of her in her head.
He carried his foreskin recently, right?
Terry lost her foreskin. She had alopecia.
Any questions?
So Sam, as moderator, has put his laptop away for the night, so I'll ask Ronnie Payne's question. Do you think you could get your mom on? That would be epic. LOL.
First of all, Ronnie,
I'm going to add
Payne,
the smiley face.
Listen, Ronnie Payne, I'm not yelling at you here, but if I could go just a couple days without
Let's take the music out.
without having the word said or typed epic, yeah, I mean,
Or LOL.
this would be a couple of happy days for me. Let's slow down on epic, and then we'll talk about getting my mom on the show. How's that? What can you promise me?
I'd say your entire 100th is an epic fail.
Extremely unlikely to get mom on the show. I would.
You wouldn't do it
If I
because
No, I would.
No, you vowed to not talk to her anymore, right?
Plus,
Essentially.
For the show would be different. But
Vouch?
For the
yeah, she would be mumble mouth into the microphone.
She could have an interpreter.
Security at the hospital.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, sneak her out, get her a soft pencil, write a note.
Circle of paper.
If I was angling towards anything at all, it would be to get Dad on the show. And if I think I had a little
What,
more
really?
balls,
I'd take Mom over Dad right now.
no, come on,
No?
let's not be ridiculous.
How about tracking down your old neighbor who has AIDS? Spot, isn't it?
Ooh.
question.
We've got a devotee here.
Yeah. Maybe if Ben and Harley wants to walk around Belltown with us tonight, we might find them in a dog park.
No,
Spot's still alive, you guys?
As far as Spot goes, I don't know, because I see if he survived at all, he'd probably still be hanging out in the Belltown area of Seattle.
Probably, right? I've never seen him
And
down
yet,
there.
like, I'm at dog parks now. We'll get into that later, but I dog sit now, and dogs are assholes.
But do they make your dick explode?
But as far as Spot goes, the thing is, I think I see him all the time. Like, there's enough guys in town, enough metero to heterosexual guys.
Methero. Heterosexual.
And I'm sure it's him all the time. The bleach blonde, the 40s, but going for 30s. And no, it's never him. I'm pretty sure he's dead or moved on to like California or Oregon. You know,
Isn't that where you would
Climbs.
go if you were
Grand
homeless?
Climbs.
yeah, definitely.
You know what?
Oregon seems nicer. If I was gonna be homeless, I'd be homeless in Oregon.
Remember how when we were young and the first time we saw that homeless guy holding up a sign that said, "Let's be honest, I just want a beer." Like, and we thought that was so funny and like, oh,
That
we
was
probably-
epic.
Yeah, we probably gave him.
By the way, Ronnie Payne apologized for saying epic. Way to make him feel like an asshole, PJ.
it's all right, dude. But no, do you remember that sign? Like, that was a very popular sign.
yeah.
And it was like cool the first time you saw it, and then I got to be very.
What does the sign say again?
Let's be honest, I need a beer.
Okay.
And so you're supposed to give him money, and you see that, and you're like, yeah, fuck
The
yeah,
equivalent
I
to
love
that
it.
sign, as far as Seattle goes, is I see this a lot. Like it should be patented. Why lie? I need weed.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
a sign
there you
I
go.
see a lot.
Same thing,
idea.
and so it's the same thing, and so I hate when I hear idiots say like in class the other day, it was something about homeless people, and someone goes, "Oh, I only give them money when they have a sign that says "Be honest, need beer." And everyone's like, "Yeah, me too," or "Need weed's the same thing." But I gotta tell you, man. So I've been really hating on that lately, and then today I saw a homeless guy who I gave $2 to. Because
What did his sign possibly have to say?
it was so it was like he wrote it just for me. He knew how I felt about people who liked those other signs. Why lie? I don't drink beer. I need a job. So I gave him $2.
Really?
I
That
liked
sold
it.
you? That
I
sold
liked
you?
it. It was like the
I was
opposite.
expecting more, I gotta say.
Yeah.
What do you guys
You're-
expect?
You're wrong to
yeah.
like it. No, I'm going to disagree
But Nick,
with both
I am
Tracy.
so against the
Sam,
why.
I'm on your side. but-
Yeah.
I am so against the why lie I need a beer sign.
Well, yeah,
but
of course.
I love this. He's like, I know that this is the thing that people in my profession write on their signs.
Right.
No, I'm not going to say I need a beer. I need work. I'm an honest guy. Give me a couple bucks or give me a job to do.
I used to have I used to have my own counter signs I kept in my pickup, and I had about 2 or 3 signs that said no and liar, and or go away or whatever, and I would hold that up to their sign.
Yeah, I remember seeing those in your truck.
It was fun, and they would always get pissed off, but the drivers in the other cars would point and start laughing. Right on, great idea.
It's like my show me your boob sign. Hilarious. I think we have a new question. How about the dude with the fishing pole and a sign at the end that says "fishing for a beer"? I can't say I've seen that in the whole
like that. Somebody goes to all that trouble, the costume and all.
I don't like it.
I'm all for that.
What?
Really?
Come
really?
on.
Oh, fishing pole?
To quote Miley Cyrus, what? No. That's stupid, man.
It's better than a fucking bindle.
If he's lucky, I'll give him a dick to suck. You know what I mean? Fuck you.
Give him a nice juicy haddock. He'll be fun.
I'm not even gonna give him a real dick. I'm not gonna give him like quality. I'm gonna give him a Nick's torn spurting blood dick.
Foreskin already open.
And I'll be like, hey, you caught a guppy. Oh, put an end on it.
Put it in on it and then take 10 minutes to get the harmonica to your mouth. That's what happened there.
Brotherhood, are out of control. They will crash the airway to the microphone. So sit down tight and listen close. All the ladies now take off your clothes. Brotherhood. Brotherhood.
Ronnie Payne. Can't wait for 100 more shows. Thank you, Ronnie Payne. You're my favorite. Let's talk drunk talk for a minute, Ronnie Payne. You're my favorite.